Hello, you are listening to Skipping the Queue, covering episode 23 of Ultraman Blazar. My name is Red. I'm joined by Mel.
We were so smart to plan a 2-week break at the same time Blazar also took a 2-week break. We're very good at our jobs.
Yeah, we're really good at our jobs. And also joined by Brad. Who are you?
Who the fuck am I? What happened to Razin? Bring him back.
You killed him.
Listen, sometimes things happen at the end of season 1. You need to bring the other guy in for season 2.
But we're like in the middle of season 4.
So I'm gonna call you Lyle from now on. So yeah, you changed all your YouTube stuff.
Yeah. It's a long story. I'll have a video explaining things in due time, but work has been kicking my ass, so maybe not until the end of this week. But all will be explained.
All right, cool, sick. Look forward to it.
Yeah, we had a backup.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
As one does.
Yeah, Razin was out in the void talking about how much.
Maybe some of this is getting cut if I judge it too spoily. We'll see. Anyway,
You just leave it out.
Yeah. Yeah. So we talked about we watched episode 23 of Ultraman Blazar. We had a break on recording for Christmas and New Year, and Ultraman kind of did as well. Which was very convenient. We only have one episode to talk about today. I assumed we were going to have at least 2.
Yeah.
And today's episode...
They outright refused to give us anything to talk about, because they did publish like a little recap show thing and did not subtitle it, according to Mel.
Yeah, no, I'll get into that later.
Lol. So, the episode that we watched was about the attacks from like old kaiju continue, dealing with the flying one, Deltandle. That's the one.
They have like
Deltandle.
5 of them in a month or something.
Yeah. And Blazar and the Earth Garon are taking them down, and Gento's having a rough time. He needs some rest. He's pushing himself too hard. He's danning it. He's Moroboshi danning it, and Blazar takes control of his right fist and knocks himself out to force rest.
What a mood.
Yeah. If only
Imagine he could
my
do that.
right fist. Yes. And he gets told by the doctor, you're like wasting away. You're like muscle atrophy. You're losing bones. I was like, okay, he's having a rough time. And so when
I wonder how he'll tell his wife this.
He won't.
We don't know because she isn't in this episode.
She isn't. Okay. If I have one complaint about this show, is that his family need to be in it more. Where are they?
Yeah.
That's my critique. Like, I feel like, oh yeah, this is our first captain protagonist, and he's the dad, and we had some good stuff about like the parallels between Gento as a parent and Blazar as a child, and then his family is shown up like 3 times.
It's so funny. It's just completely not here.
I would
3
expand
times.
that even. I guess I don't even know if this is the most appropriate episode to talk about it all with, because like I feel like there's something better saved more towards the end. But I think
we'll see in like 2 episodes.
Yeah, I think overall my one critique with the show in general is that I think everything that's kept it in an individual episode plot pretty damn good. I think overall I've been a little bit down as the show has gone on, as they try to carry some threads forward and try to make it like a little bit more of like an overall arc of a story. I think a lot of that stuff is starting to fall a little flat for me, unfortunately, but still having a good time overall.
I think part of it is because they didn't start introducing that stuff until halfway through. And like some of that stuff, they had planted seeds earlier, but like the plot didn't really start until the second core, while also still being an episodic show.
It's just felt a little thin and few and far between for me. That like I kind of almost wish it wasn't there and it was shoved more towards the end, which like wouldn't have
You mean
been...
like the original Ultraman?
Yeah, like it obviously wouldn't have
the
been clean, but it I feel like it would be, because like how long ago was it that we got the stuff from space is coming, and it just has kind of felt like a really long wait rather than a build up for me personally.
This is why the model that Inoue's dad came up with is so present in so many shows, because it is, like I said then, it's just such a quick fix for having an overarching plot, as well as not intruding on the fact that this is an episodic show and we're here for fun episodes every week.
Can I say, after we recorded that, I started to think really hard about that concept, and I can't stop seeing it everywhere.
It's
everything.
Everywhere. The idea that there's a guy who invented that is like, oh, well, of course someone did it first, but that's like, holy shit, you invented TV.
Yeah, I know, it's insane.
for so many shows, all post like Sailor Moon Magical Girl stuff is this.
And that's
basically
that's because all post Sailor Moon Magical Girl stuff is like pulling from Sentai, which is pulling from et cetera
from Sentai, and it's like it's everywhere, and it works. It's proven it works. You can do it badly, obviously, because you can do anything badly, but it's not
I saw
something...
Delicious Party Precure last year.
It's not something that it's like the perfect balance of how to get like this plot. This is going somewhere alongside. We're just having an episode. Tune in next week, and there will be a fun adventure. And yeah, I think Blazar suffers from one of the problems that model is built to fix, which is that you don't want to put in the overarching plot that often, because you want the show to have fun individual episodes. That's what your show is. But also, if you don't put the overarching plot in very frequently, when it crops up, it's like, oh, this, right, yes. It's been a while. Haven't thought about it. And it's, it's maybe a little undercooked. Now that we said all that, I want to say I really like this episode.
Oh, same, yeah.
Yeah. Back to the actual episode.
Yeah, back to the actual episode, which is I'm gonna have to be reminded of this bug kaiju's name.
Taganula.
Yes, I keep wanting to say like Tantagil, but I think that's the name of the continent from Dragon Quest.
Oh my god! So was it Tantagil? What was it?
Taganula.
Oh, Taganula. Okay, right. Taganula. The bug kaiju from like episode 3 or episode 2 or something.
It's episode 3.
Episode 3. Taganula shows up and is doing his thing, draining power to presumably fire.
Plants.
Yep. To presumably fire off a fusion beam. Meanwhile, Emmy has been getting info off a guy named Michi who has like found a weird distortion in space coming from the same path as
different amateur astronomer than Yasunobu's friend.
Yes,
probably
different. Yeah. It would be funny if they find out it's the same one, and they just like have him as a friend separately. So he's found that. There we go. He's found that the space kaiju have been coming along from along the same trajectory, and there's something coming from that trajectory right now towards Earth that's in a weird distortion. You can't see it fully,
and the DDF has not noticed, and they will not until the very last second.
Yes. And this guy is so stoked that he's noticed this first. And he's like, "You're gonna name it after me, right? It's gonna be called Michi 27 because I'm 27 years old." And Emmy brings this to the rest of the crew, and another 7. Emmy brings this to the rest of the crew, and they're all like, "This is good to know, but we can't do anything about it because the brass doesn't care."
Yeah, Gento's literally like, "I told him about it," and they said, "Shut the fuck up."
And they deploy to fight Taganula, and well, Earth Garon does. Gento stays at home. They make him stay at home. They're like, you have to trust us to do this without you because you need your rest.
They're like, hey, you're not. Like Gento wants to say, hey, Emmy and I, no, Anri and I go on Garon because we fought Tiganular in episode 3. And they're like, well, no, you gotta follow the schedule. You're supposed to stay here.
Earth Garon heads
and aside,
out.
I think that Matt should have a rotation schedule.
they do. They're not allowed to go over a certain amount of hours in a month in flight.
That one guy got grounded.
Yeah.
But Oka's always at the base.
Oh, well, this is true. The captain gave her fewer hours because she's a woman. That's what happened. She's been getting out and about in these last few episodes. I've noticed just a little. We're getting there. So Earth Garon deploys, fights again. They have to like tell the military, be like, oh, we're coming in, don't fire anything, and the commander's like, we'll let it go this one time. We could use your assistance, your support. And then a Tiganular attacks in Nevada, in America, and Gento is like faking comm static. He's like, I can't contact you guys. This is out of my control. Take it from here on your own. And then turns into Blazar, flies across around the world to Nevada.
Yeah, and literally everyone is like, oh hell, Blazar showed up in Japan and then just left for the US.
It's like no one has figured out that this man is fucking get L on the case. I'll always remember that scene where he figures out Kira's in Japan. So the fights continue. Emmy gets a call from Michi, who is like, oh, hey, I found this as well. There was a beam that shot along that trajectory at the space kaijus.
Yeah, Deltandel specifically.
Deltandel, and it's the beam from episode 3. And Emmy's like, episode what? And he's like, from the fight ages ago that you had with Tiganular.
Yeah, he didn't miss. It was all part of the plan.
It was all part of the plan. He shot
me playing
Apex
Legends.
It was.
You didn't see the guy I killed behind you.
Oh man, I haven't played Apex in forever.
I never played it.
It's pretty good.
I'm terrible at it, but it's a fun time.
I briefly got quite good. It's not like very, but quite. And that was during the season where the jetpack girl got released, and I was mostly using that jetpack to bully people. Back before any like meta around her had formed in the team deathmatches. That was good. Anyway, Emmy then contacts. So first of all, she contacts the rest of the Scarred crew in Earth Garon, and she's like, we have to let Tiganular do its thing. It's gonna shoot the beam up into the distortion in the sky, because this is like the Earth protect. These are the kaiju of Earth. This is the ecosystem protecting itself from an invasive species.
Teraraki approves.
Teraraki approves. Teraki's like, yes, the ecosystem. The planet's dying, Cloud. You
imagine the end of the FF7 remakes, a bunch of these fuckers show up. Don't worry, Aerith, we got it this time.
Tiganular are like the weapons.
Oh man.
Teraraki like holding up the soil, being like, this is the soil that the Tiganular protects.
Oh man. Emmy then hacks into whatever broadcast system is at the refinery in Nevada and is like, Mr. Blazar, Mr. Ultraman Blazar, can you hear me? Please don't shoot Tiganular with your cool transformation arrow thing. It's trying to protect the Earth from wave 3, from the third wave, aka space monsters coming to attack the Earth. And so missiles get launched at Taganula by
Both
the
of them.
militaries.
They call them like thermobionic. They have a funny name.
Thermobaric.
Thermobaric, that's it.
Thermobaric missiles. And Earth-Garon and Ultraman Blazar deal with the missiles, shoot up into the sky, and let Taganula fire their beams at the thing that's like right by the moon, and destroy the distortion and reveal a really sick looking kaiju inside.
And like we got a bit of a glimpse of it because the guy did a 3D model simulation thing, but like this didn't get the real thing.
Yeah.
But also the kaiju deflects the beams, and both Tagandulas die anyway.
Yeah.
Both the Ganulas die anyway.
Heroes, legends
who have knocked this real mean-looking motherfucker of a kaiju off course, and it has now landed on the moon.
It is
that's where it is.
Hilarious watching this still image of this kaiju, like PNG, like
Just tumble.
tumble into the moon.
It's pretty good.
The first shot in one of these shows that I'm like, I could make this. Give me 10 minutes. I could make that one.
Oh man. And then that's kind of the end of the episode. It's like another thing happens is the commander of the military on the Japanese end is like, Skard will have to answer for this, and Skard's old boss is there saying, I will take full responsibility. I didn't think he still had that job.
Yeah, same. Frankly,
he said he was supposed to be suspended. I'm realizing we have like a lot of spinning plates going into the next two episodes, which are the last two episodes, because we have like this scarred GGF stuff, and also the old guy who was evil, and Emi's dad, and also whatever they want to do with Gento's family.
Yes. And space kaiju who are like being consistently sent on the same course, which is
that too, like the space antagonists.
Now I realize it's very silly, very very silly to make this reference on an Ultraman podcast as like the thing that I know this plot from, but this is very reminiscent of what was happening in Pacific Rim. In terms of I believe there is some kind of there's some maybe these are biological weapons of some kind. Anyway, I quite like this episode. I
Same.
enjoyed the reveal on Taganula as the reveal on kaiju defending the Earth once again. Good stuff.
Yeah, planetary territoriality is interesting, but also when it's kaiju, it like makes sense because the scale is just that different.
They big. Where do they go when they're not?
Yeah, they're just snoozing.
They're just snoozing. Yeah, that makes sense. I really like. I assume he's not going to show up again. But I liked. Apocalypse enthusiast Michi. Clearly, he's just like, oh man, the end of the world's coming.
More of that in the main episode.
And the end of the world's coming. We're gonna put my name on it, right? Yeah, we better. Make sure to note that I was 27.
I like how like he calls Emi on her phone and she's like, "Oh, not now," and then he calls her on the other phone.
It's good.
He just circumvents it. So yes, I've mentioned earlier, Gento Moroboshi danning it, really going hard towards the end here when he should not be. He should be at home chilling. He
spending time with his son who never sees him.
Spending time with his son who we never see.
See, it's because they want us to experience his life through his perspective.
Oh, I see.
Because he never sees his son, we never see his son.
It's an artistic POV choice. Next time we see his son, it's going to be a different kid. Maybe every time we've seen his son, it's been a different kid actor, and we just haven't noticed.
They should have just, in that one Methlop's episode, they should have just gave him the same name but a different, even if they used a different actor.
Yeah,
it was so clearly meant to be him.
God, the fucking anyway. I don't know what I don't know what they're cooking with the old boss who's cool now. I get that he's. I think there's a few too many things happening at the same time for the last couple of episodes. I'm just like, some of this I don't care about. It's fine.
I kind of thought some of these threads would have been resolved a little bit before, like, now.
Yeah.
I was kind of expecting that, and
we're
they've just
coming
not been
down
closed.
to the wire.
Mm-hmm.
Like, unless I am wrong, there should only be 2 episodes left. So, I think there is, because I heard that in Malaysia the next episode got leaked, and so
lol.
Have the episode, the raws are out early. And so we have that episode and also the preview for the final episode already. So I think we've got 25 episodes.
That's pretty funny.
I know I've harped on this before. I don't ever want to fucking see Del Tandil again. It's too much.
We're bringing back a lot of the. I will forgive the reuse of. I've already forgotten his name.
Tangular?
the bug kaiju.
Yeah, that one I think is cool and forgivable. But again, 1/5 of the show has Del Tandil in it, and I feel like that is too much.
Not as much as Gabalga. To be honest.
Gabalga.
I think we are seeing the limits of like $1 trillion and like.
Yes, this show does in fact have a budget.
Yeah, like I think there's like a reason they used a lot of legacy monsters in the season for this one, and we'll get to that in like a decade. But like it's just like they've been working up, getting the resources, and making new kaiju cost money, and this show has had mostly new kaiju up until a point, and then they start reusing those kaiju or bringing back old ones who already have suits, basically.
And also like the money presumably goes into other things as well. The money that they save on reusing those kaiju, it goes back into the quality of sets and stuff. And because every fight I think mostly is happening on like new sets, and they look pretty good. And
like also we'll see like also the show was done before it started airing. And so we'll see the effects of like Blazar's success in the next 2 years or so, basically.
Yeah.
Unless it's a legacy show, and then we can't watch it.
Yes, true. What if has it ever happened before that they've done a sequel?
Yes.
Okay.
They've done it like twice.
Okay. I will just lay that as an option on the table. If this show seems to be doing very well, it is entirely possible. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah,
what...
I mean, it could happen. Yeah. They could either do a sequel, or they could also like stay the course and do more standalone stuff. But I guess we'll see, because like how much is in their control and how much is like the shareholders leaning over. Because like the fact that this show is as standalone as it is was basically them being very firm to the shareholders while also being like, listen, we've been doing this shit for 10 years. We have like the credibility to like make our choices. But basically, like it took like 10 years of building up to Blazar to like do something like Blazar kind of thing.
Yeah.
But I also think that like they don't want to like Blazar is meant to be a clear break from like the past 5 or so years before it, and so they want to like, if they can avoid it, I don't think they want to just go back into doing that again.
That makes sense.
True. Man, 2010's Ultraman sounds so interesting and strange.
Yeah, I've seen most of them and I like them, but there's also gaps I have, and it'd be interesting to revisit with like the context.
I need to figure out why is one called Orb? What's the orb about? I need to know.
We'll find out.
Yeah.
In Orb Origin.
Is that a thing? Is that on the sheet?
Yes, it's on the sheet.
First of all, how dare you not call it Orbigen? Second of all,
first Ultraman show to feature Kagami. And Shin Asuka. It's Shin Asuka's least favorite Ultraman show.
I won't say anything. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Well, this episode was it's a pretty good time. We're like speeding into the plot now towards the end, hoping to get with Emi and Gento clearly the main characters of the show.
Yeah.
And
Teraki, not the main character of the show.
Teruaki, not the main character of the show. I have come around on Teruaki so much. I like him. He's great.
Yeah, he's nice. He's good.
Just like he's just doing his best.
He's out there trying.
He's just the most out of focus, I think.
Yeah, he's just reliable. He's like
Gento even says this in this episode.
Yeah, he does. I've got my vice captain I can rely on.
I can rely on my vice captain when my muscles atrophy.
I have a soft spot for Anri because if this show took place in America, I have a feeling she'd be from Wisconsin.
Okay, so I don't know enough about America. What's the difference between Teruaki and Anri in this scenario? Where's Teruaki from?
Ooh. He strikes me as an Idaho boy.
Okay.
I was gonna say Iowa because of all the corn. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about the U.S. either because I'm not from there. I can only get so much from osmosis.
So here's the thing. This is the harsh truth. A lot of the shit runs together. You can pick a lot of different states for both of these two. There's a lot of land just fucking around.
Yeah.
All right. Wisconsin Anri it is.
Yeah. Also, I just want a footnote because we didn't watch it because it had no subs, but I did just skim through the
recap.
Yeah, so
So is this broadcast exclusively in Hong Kong? Is what you said?
So what happened is over here we got a cartoon recap robot, kind of like the last recap we had, and I didn't watch it because I watched the last one and it was useless, and this one I was like, okay, it's going to be more of the same. But there was an exclusive in Asian territories. They got some exclusive recaps instead that had actual toku in it.
Okay.
And so in Chinese language territories, they got one that was basically a UFO comes to Earth's orbit. It's got Alien Bado, and also Alien Goes and Alien Pit are there as his assistants. And it's not sub, but just getting the gist from watching, it's basically oh man, we're here to conquer Earth, and then Pitt goes through all the footage of the show and being well, here's Scarred and here's a Blazar, and then Bado's scared shitless, and then they run a simulation where Blazar fights Lala King and Padon, and wins, and then Bado's fuck this shit, let's get out of here.
Okay. Is Alien... I have a question. Is Alien Bado from the one with the husband and wife who
yes.
have a very weird relationship?
Yes, the one who's the self-proclaimed emperor of space.
I see. Yes. Okay. That is... weirdly, that is one of the most memorable episodes of Ultra 7 to me. There are a lot of memorable episodes in Ultra 7, but that particular one, for some reason, I'm really fixated on that couple and their very strange relationship with danger.
It does feel like everyone making that episode was doing it with one hand preoccupied in a very weird way.
It was like, I've written the secret plans on your dress, my darling, without your knowing, and now the aliens are after it.
Also, I didn't see this one, but like apparently in Thailand, they got a different one featuring 3 alien data, and I don't know what's up with that.
Okay.
Can't speak to it, just know it exists.
Maybe they're just maybe they're picking the monster, the aliens, and based on where they're really popular.
Yeah.
Who knows?
But yeah, next week we got the penultimate episode of the show, question mark.
Yeah, I didn't watch the preview.
Wisconsin exclusive version of the recap that's just Alien Pole.
Alien Pole menacing Anri.
Oh, it's winter. It's getting really cold out here.
God. All right, I did not watch the preview.
You don't know how those mess winters are.
No.
I'm pretty sure I watched the preview, but I also forgot. So
Yeah.
I could have sworn the preview.
Oh wait,
was...
no. Wait, the preview is for the recap that goes
yes,
last
it
week.
was.
So, yes.
It was.
Yeah.
You're right.
So
okay.
yeah, that's why there's nothing value.
All
so
right.
next week's a mystery.
Next week is a mystery. We'll be going into it fresh.
Except for the people who'd already seen the Raws because of Malaysia.
I'm not gonna. I have not watched.
I'm not doing that. Yeah, I'm just gonna watch the show when it comes out.
Yeah. On YouTube for free.
Yeah.
All right. That was Ultraman Blazar. Do we have anything you want to say about this episode?
No, it's a good time. I'm slightly concerned if this show sticks to the landing or not. And we got a movie at some point down the line to consider as well. So
yeah. There's a trailer for it in every episode of Blazar.
Yeah.
He crashes into the front of the diet building every week on my screen, and I'm like, this movie's gonna be funny.
Yeah. Also, color timer. It's 10 minutes 31 seconds.
Oh yes, that's the thing we do.
I almost forgot. I was like, okay, I gotta get this.
Now, you need to understand. It has not been like 1 or 2. I guess it's obvious with this one. It's not obvious with Ultra Q, main Ultra Q, but it's obvious with this one. It's been 3 fucking weeks since we recorded. All right, cool. We are done here. We're going to go straight into plugs. If you want to follow the show, you can do so at ultra_q. That is at ultra_QUEUE. That's on Twitter. I am also on Twitter at gender_redacted. Mel.
Hi, you can follow me on the sites at Dear Crowns. We got an email, ultraqpod@gmail.com. And we got the coffee to give me money to cover for the money I spent acquiring imports. UltraQ Fund. Presumably one day we'll get subtitles commission.
Mm-hmm. Mel is working not for us, but for the Ultraman community in English. And also us. Us. Brad.
Yeah. So I'm gonna try not to fuck this up. So, hi.
Yeah, I had names.
I had the name change recently. So, my YouTube channel is now under the name Canopus Space Invoke. Canopus like the star. That's CANOPUS and then space Invoke. You can find me on Twitter at B_invoked. Yeah, I took it. Fuck you.
And then.
And then also, I'm surprised it was not taken, by the way. I claimed that a few months back. And then on Blue Sky, at Be Invoked, all one word, no underline between be and invoked. Yeah. And not to spoil too much, but I got some YouTube pipeline stuff that I am excited to get to, but I think this year is going to be my Hail Mary in terms of making videos and seeing if I can properly fit it in my life or if I want to maybe unwind on that. So, yeah, it'll be a fun time.
All right. Sick. That is the episode. Join us next week. Oh, wait.
I forgot.
Tell me.
Forget Ultraman. Today is January 7th.
Mega Man drops!
Mega Man drops!
Oh my god! Mega Man drops today!
That guy can stop breaking the thing at the mall. It's been a year.
Listen.
My friends and I have been watching him stream. We've just been checking in. He gets his first wall break in Strive, and he pauses and he goes, "Yo, I broke the window."
Oh my god.
Shoutouts to Jay-Z. Jay-Z, don't do anything that ruins this for us. Please remain pure.
Please don't be a milkshake duck.
His development from us all mocking him to everyone, him like I don't, right. It's hard to even tell, like, in on the joke is maybe too strong. He's just remained the same, and we've all embraced him.
Yeah.
All right. Unfortunately I am not putting that song at the end of this episode. I'm not risking that.
That was never book smart and money smart makes him more intelligent. There we go. We did requisite bit.
Yeah, we did it.
Oh, I see. You'll put the Bionicle song in, but not Jay's.
I put a minute and like 30 seconds of the Bionicle song. I put as much as I felt I could get away with. I'm not taking a brand new release. That's the song from the Bionicle trailer from like the 2000s. All right, we're gone. We're not spending another 10 minutes talking about Bionicle again. That's the old us. New year, no more Bionicle. That's our resolution. I'm not sticking.
Lyle
to that
doesn't know what Bionicle is.
Lyle does not know what Bionicle is. This implies that the other guy did. This implies that like Tierria's like sad, like, oh, I wanted to talk about Bionicle with you.
Level 5 of Beta is the Bionicle lore database.
Hallelujah's over in the corner, like, remember when he said they came in cups?
Hallelujah says they come in cups.
He's right.
Hallelujah's having arguments with Hallelujah about whether they come in cups or...
He's right, and they put him in a straitjacket for it.
Alright, we're really ending the episode now. Bye-bye.
But this is incomprehensible to everyone.